Sometimes life just stops you in your tracks. An event so sudden, so unthinkable, that it changes everything. Today, we're exploring a powerful message about how we navigate those moments and how we can find strength when it feels like all is lost.
It's a question nobody ever wants to face, right? But life has a way of asking it anyway. When the ground just gives way beneath our feet, what do? Where do we turn? That's really the core question we're tackling today.
To even begin to find an answer, we first have to understand the moment itself. That moment when everything was perfectly normal, right up until it wasn't.
Just picture this. You're pushing your limits, chasing a goal you've poured months, maybe even years of your life into. You can feel that surge of adrenaline. Maybe you're running a marathon, or you're on the phone buzzing about this new future you're building. It's a moment of pure drive.
Or maybe you're on the sidelines. You're part of a crowd, just celebrating the sheer power of the human spirit. You're there for someone you love, and your voice is just one in this huge chorus of encouragement and joy. It's a moment of pure connection. And then, in a single shattering instant, it all changes. The source material for this explainer, it actually draws from two moments just like that: the collective tragedy at the Boston Marathon and a deeply personal loss. And both of them show us just how fast the world can be completely upended with absolutely no warning at all. The speed of personal tragedy can be just terrifying, so disorienting. Imagine having a conversation on a Monday with a friend, someone you've known for decades, just full of life and future plans. And then by Thursday, that future is gone. These shocking moments, they aren't just distant headlines. They happen in our own lives, and they happen with breathtaking speed. So what happens right after? In the immediate aftermath, when that shockwave hits, our first reaction is absolutely critical, and it might not be what you think.
Our first response isn't to do anything. It's just this profound state of shock. We're left speechless because, frankly, words are useless. We try to make sense of the senseless, but there is no rational explanation, no logic that can possibly make it okay.
And that's the reality, isn't it? Some events are so far outside the bounds of reason, of fairness, that simple words of comfort just fall flat. It's a space where we simply cannot think our way out of the pain.
So in these moments, the advice is to be still. But being still isn't about giving up or doing nothing. It's actually a very active process. It's about gathering yourself, grounding yourself in the physical reality of your own body, listening to your own heartbeat, feeling your own breath, and just finding enough strength to remain standing. And it's from that place of stillness, from that place of just standing, that we face a fundamental choice. This right here, this is the heart of the message we're exploring.
This brings us to the most crucial point. Are we going to be a passive victim of what happened? Are we going to let the tragedy write our story for us? Or are we going to actively choose how we respond, and in doing so, define what this moment will mean for the rest of our lives?
And these two paths forward, they could not be more different. One path leads to loss of innocence, of faith, of strength. It's a story of subtraction, of what's been taken away. But the other path, that's one of discovery. We find a new, deep-down resolve. We make a conscious choice not to be destroyed. It becomes a story of transformation.
And this isn't just a personal choice, It's a collective one that echoes throughout history. The source reflects on these terrible tragedies from the civil rights era, where innocence was so brutally stolen. In those moments, just like today, entire communities had to decide, are we going to let the darkness define us, or are we going to rise up and define the moment with resolve?
Okay, so if we make that choice, the choice to define the moment, how do we actually do it? This final part offers a really clear, actionable path forward.
The framework is pretty straightforward. It's a three-step process. First, you connect inward. You check in with yourself on every level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Second, you lean on belief. That means admitting you don't have all the answers, but having faith that you can get through it. And third, and this is so crucial, you turn to each other for support instead of turning on each other with blame or anger.
This quote, it's like the promise at the end of that incredibly difficult path. It suggests that hope isn't just some nice, pleasant feeling. It's an inevitable force. It's a light that will always return, even in the deepest, darkest valley. And that light is what pulls us through. And so the ultimate call to action is really one of resilience. It's about refusing to let tragedy stop us. It means we have to continue to stand, to pursue our goals, and to believe in our collective ability to build a better world. Not in spite of the darkness, but as a direct response to it.
So we kind of end up right back where we started, but now the question is for you. Look, life is full of unavoidable suffering and unexpected turns. When your moment comes, and it will, whether it's big or small, the choice is going to be yours. How will you define it?